Welcome to Richard Gawler's Classic Mini Does U-Turn Magnorail section for his shelf layout. It's a HO layout with switches and a short loop to be able to do a bit of shunting and what have you. The concept of the Magnorail section is that there is a mini restorer's warehouse factory, and the Magnorail part is the test track to go around the mini roundabout at the end of his road, which in England, this is what they look like. So you come up to this flat roundabout. We have button ones in Australia, but cars can just drive straight over the top. So Richard's used a basic starter set minus one return loop because he wanted a tighter turn at one end around his little roundabout. So he's just used that as a basis for that end of the layout. You'll notice though that the chain is a bit jiggy-jaggy going around it, but that's to suit his purpose for his layout. You'll notice when we look at the other end, which has the standard Magnorail loop, it's a much smoother transition. So I suggest if you don't need to do a tighter turn, the Magnorail return loop really is the way to go. And it's a case of looking at how you want to use this. And of course Richard's going to hide it in his building so you don't see the vehicles turning around, which is excellent. The other part is the drive unit, and you'll notice he's got the acetate covering. Take note of those screws there, because in the first instance he didn't use the ones that are supplied, but used one of the track screws and has cracked the housing there. And this is a standard mistake, and it's something that Magnorail is going to address in their instructions because it's not obvious, and so even putting the acetate over the top isn't obvious. So here we have pardon me, the classic Mini from Breckner, a lovely little unit, and Richard has adapted these to be able to use magnets instead of sliders, and these are 3mm by 1mm thick that he's put on a shim, and it basically removes the slider off your baseboard, and there's enough magnetism within the system to be able to drag these vehicles around with the wheels the only thing that is touching your baseboard. So no scratching and a nice clean run. He used card which is 0.41, as you can see by the micrometer. Anything thicker and you're asking for trouble, but as you can see, it just goes around very smoothly, and the little Mini just loves driving on the roadway, after it's been restored of course by the master craftsman. So we're going to be looking forward to Richard as he progresses this. So he's done the prototype, set it up, tried it out, and he'll be slotting that into his layout in future videos. The concept of doing this, and Gaetano Vella, who was our Limax man, did the same thing. Had it all tested, running, made sure it's worked, and then dropped it in. So I thank Richard for allowing me to use his photos and movies and make this little movie for you. And we look forward to the final product where he's got it scenic and operational. So stay tuned for episode number 2 of Classic Mini Does U-Turn at a UK style mini roundabout. Thanks again, Richard.